So, let us start with E1 eliminations. So, just like your E2 eliminations, what are E1? They are elimination. E means for elimination, unimolecular reactions. Now, meaning of unimolecular is only one reactant is involved in rate determining step. While in your previous case, it was E2 reaction. That means it was bimolecular. Two reactants were involved there in rate determining step. That were your alkyl halide and base. While in E1 reaction, since it is a unimolecular, only one reactant is involved in rate determining step. So overall, this reaction take place in two steps. Overall, this reaction take place in two steps. While in E2 elimination, it was one-step reaction in which both reactants were involved in rate determining step. Here, it takes place in a two-step and only one reactant is involved in a rate determining step. And how this take place? Via formation of, since one reactant is involved, so it is a first order reaction. So it take place by, by formation of
Carbocation.
By formation of carbocations. In previously, E2 take place via transition state, E1 take place via formation of carbocation. So suppose you have tertiary butyl bromide. So when this tertiary butyl bromide is treated with sodium hydroxide in ethanol, this result in an elimination reaction and give rise to a corresponding alkene. So your again Br and H plus are leaving group. So what happened here in a very first step, this carbon-bromine bond, it undergoes a heterolytic bond cleavage. So in E1 reaction, there is a formation of carbocation. So first bond between carbon and leaving group, it starts breaking. So that results in a transition state. So here bond starts breaking. So it will become partial negative. It's become partial positive. CH3, CH3 and CH3. So if I want to draw its energy diagram, along this side you have a reaction, along this side you have energy. So this bond start breaking. So these are your reactant. So that result in a transition state. So it is a TS1. After that, after this transition state, this result in a formation of carbocation. Now your carbocation is a transition state or intermediate?
Intermediate.
So that give rise to intermediate. So this is your intermediate. Okay, it has a lower energy as compared to transition state. After that, after formation of this carbocation, your base come into the action. So that will be a step 2. So in step 2, your base come into action and it take one of this hydrogen as a H plus ion and its pair of electron is shift over here. So this give rise to a corresponding alkene. And this also takes place by other transition states. So base start abstracting this hydrogen and carbon-hydrogen bond start breaking and carbon-carbon double bond start forming. So that also takes place by transition state. So I can also write that transition state. So this bond will start forming. This bond will start breaking and base will start abstracting this proton as a H plus ion. So this one will become like this, and here you will get partial positive. So here transition is a state is a alkene-like character. So this will give rise to final product. So this is your transition state 2, and then final alkene. So you can see this reaction take place in a two-step. The very first step is a formation of carbocation, and second step is a abstraction of H plus from beta hydrogen, abstraction by base to give rise to corresponding alkene. Now the overall rate of this reaction is directly proportional to concentration of substrate only. The overall rate of this reaction is directly proportional to only concentration of substrate, and it is independent from the concentration of base. So it's a first order reaction. So it is a first order reaction. Now, how to prove it? How to prove that the first step is a rate determining step, while second step is not a rate determining step? How to prove it? Yes, anyone? Proof for E1 pathway. We have to prove that formation of carbocation is a rate determining step, while the abstraction of proton from this base is not a rate determining step. Now, how to prove it? Yes, very easy. You have done it in earlier also. किमें प्रूव करांगे? दो स्टेप च रिएक्शन हो रही है. थोने गल दसी सी काइनेटिक आइसोटोप इफेक्ट. What was that? Yes, what was kinetic isotope effect? ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਐਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਈਸੋਟੋਪ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਪਲੇਸ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਅਗਰ ਉਹ ਬੌਂਡ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਐਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਤੇ ਆਈਸੋਟੋਪ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਪਲੇਸ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਨੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅਗਰ ਉਹੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੌਂਡ ਰੇਟ ਡਿਟਰਮਿਨਿੰਗ ਸਟੈਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ?
Reaction rate of reaction decrease.
Reaction rate decrease ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. Same we will apply here. So what we will do, we will take first case and we will replace leaving group bromine by its isotope 81. So we will replace 79 bromine by its isotope and we will perform the same reaction. Okay. So let us, this reaction is in presence of natural isotope 79 bromine. So we perform same reaction in presence of base sodium hydroxide ethanol and we will get the product. So we get product plus NaBr plus water. This reaction is K1. So what we do in next experiment, we replace this bromine with its isotope and we will see whether rate of reaction is same or it is different. So we replace bromine by its isotope and we do the same reaction. So we treat it with sodium hydroxide, ethanol. So let's K2 is a rate constant and we get same product plus of course NaBr and water. Now if K1 is equals to K2, if K1 is equals to K2 ताकि होएगा कार्बन ब्रोमीन बॉन्ड ब्रेक करेगा रेट डिटरमिनिंग स्टेप जगह दोनों बराबर हो जान?
No, sir.
No. So after the reaction, it was found that K1 is not equals to K2, but in fact, K1 is much larger as compared to K2. So that means there was replaced by its isotope, the rate of reaction was decreased. This confirmed that carbon-bromine bond breaks in rate determining step to give rise to a carbocation. This confirmed that. Why did it confirm that? Because both rate constants are not same, but in presence of isotope, bromine isotope, rate of reaction become slow down. So this confirm it. Now how to confirm that second step is not a rate determining step? ਜਿੱਦਾਂ E2 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, bromine ਵੀ break ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, leaving group ਵੀ break ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਔਰ hydrogen ਵੀ break ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, rate determining step. So now how to confirm that this second step is not a rate determining step? ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ? We will replace, ਬੋਲੋ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ? We will do second experiment and we will replace second step ਚ ਕੀ break ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ?
Carbon hydrogen bond.
ਕਾਰਬਨ ਹਾਈਡਰੋਜਨ ਬੌਂਡ। ਤਾਂ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਸਟੈਪ ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ? ਟੂ ਫਾਈਂਡ
Hydrogen.
ਹਾਂ ਹਾਈਡਰੋਜਨ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਲੇਸ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ?
Deuterium.
ਟੂ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕਿ ਕਾਰਬਨ ਹਾਈਡਰੋਜਨ ਬੌਂਡ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਰੇਟ ਡਿਟਰਮਿਨਿੰਗ ਸਟੈਪ ਚ, ਵੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋਣ। ਸੋ we do the same experiment once by taking hydrogen and second time by taking its isotope deuterium. So suppose its rate constant is KH, its rate is KH, and then second time we replace these hydrogen with deuterium. And we do the same reaction with sodium hydroxide and ethanol. So we get double bond D2. And suppose rate is KD. Now after the reaction, it was found that both rates were equal. So what does this mean? What does this mean?
Bond break new.
Yes. So this mean in rate determining step, carbon hydrogen bond is not breaking, but only carbon bromine bond is breaking to give rise to a carbocation. So rate of reaction depends only upon the formation of carbocation. So this reaction is a first order reaction with respect to alkyl halide or substrate. And the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of substrate, as in the first step, no base is involved. So this is a proof that E1 reaction take place by formation of carbocation. Yes, any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Now, next point is regioselectivity in E1 elimination. Regioselectivity in E1 elimination. Now, what we understand by regioselectivity means if there's a possibility of loss of 2 beta hydrogen, that means एक तो less substituted product बनेगा, दूसरा more substituted. So regioselectivity in even elimination is also same as that of E2, that is elimination take place by Saint-Joseph rule to give rise to a more substituted alkene. So again, regioselectivity is same as that of E2 elimination, and more substituted alkene is formed as per Saint-Joseph rule. So for example, let's take one example. Suppose you have this molecule, say you have a CH3, CH2, CHBr, CH3, and let's put one CH3 over here. So let's remove this. You have this molecule. एक गल याद रखनी है, कार्बोकटाइन्स किहड़े ज्यादा स्टेबल हुंदे ने, प्राइमरी के थ्रशरी?
tertiary
ਤਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਥ੍ਰਸ਼ਰੀ ਸਬਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਥ੍ਰਸ਼ਰੀ ਸਬਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਕਾਰਬਨ ਥ੍ਰਸ਼ਰੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੇ, ਤਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਥ੍ਰਸ਼ਰੀ ਸਬਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ, that reaction will always take place by E1 reaction, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਸ ਕੇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਰਬੋਕਟਾਈਨ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਟੇਬਲ ਹੋਏਗਾ. So in a very first step of this reaction, this bromide ion move out, so you get carbocation. Now you get this tertiary carbocation, and this tertiary carbocation is your stable. Okay. Now in the next step, your base, it abstract proton. Now as you can see, there are two beta hydrogen. One beta hydrogen is this one, another beta hydrogen is this one. Now if your base, it abstract beta hydrogen from this position, if it attacks over here, then this will shift over here and you will get transition state like this. You will get CH3, CH2, CCH3. Okay, you will get partial positive. Here double bond will start forming, CH2, this bond will start breaking, and this bond will go over here. You will get this one. And if your base, it attack over this beta hydrogen containing less number of hydrogen according to Saint-Joseph rule, your transition state will be something like this. Okay, great. Okay, so which transition state will have lower energy? So in first transition state, it is your less substituted alkene-like transition state, while the second, it is more substituted alkene-like transition state. Which will have more stability, more substituted or less substituted?
the more substituted.
More substituted. So your product will be Saint-Joseph product rather than Hoffman product. So your product will be more substituted Saint-Joseph product. बनाओ अपनी कॉपी ते आप बनाओ, ये जिन्ना चेर बफरिंग हो रही है या की हो रहे है, ठीक है, अपनी कॉपी ते बनाओ. दूसरी ट्रांजिशन स्टेट. So here you have negative, then this is a partial double bond, partial positive, CH3, CH3. So you can see this transition state is lower in energy. So this says higher energy, this will have lower energy, so it will be more stable. So your major product in E1 elimination, just like your E2 elimination, will be Saint-Joseph product. But in this case, regioselectivity arises in second step. पहला step same है, formation of carbocation, but दूसरे step दे विच regioselectivity आ रही है during abstraction of beta hydrogen. So this will give rise to a CH3, CH double bond C, CH3, CH3. So this will be your major Saint-Joseph product, and of course this will be minor. Hoffman product will be minor. So this was simple. Now next is, what's the characteristic feature of carbocations? If I ask you, carbocations अपन पढ़ रखे ने, carbocations का characteristic reactions केड़ा है? ਉਹ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਾਰਬੋਕਟਾਈਨਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਪੜਿਆ ਸੀ, ਕਾਰਬਨਾਈਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਪੜਿਆ ਸੀ, ਕਾਰਬੀਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਪੜਿਆ ਸੀ। ਫ੍ਰੀ ਰੈਡੀਕਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਸਿਰਫ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕੇਸ ਫਿਨਾਈਲ ਔਰ ਵਿਨਾਈਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਕਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਰਬੋਕਟਾਈਨਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਕਾਰਬਨਾਈਨਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਾਰਬੀਨਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾਈਟ੍ਰੇਟਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਫ੍ਰੀ ਰੈਡੀਕਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਬਟ ਜਦੋਂ ਫਿਨਾਈਲ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਰੈਡੀਕਲਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। बोलो केड़ा रिएक्शन है कार्बोक्टाइन्स का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रिएक्शन? बोलो बेटे, याद करो। फ्री रेडिकल्स ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ? ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਮੈਕੈਨਿਜ਼ਮ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਵਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ। ਕ੍ਰੋਸਓਵਰ ਐਕਸਪੈਰੀਮੈਂਟ ਕੀ ਡਿਟੈਕਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? क्रॉसओवर एक्सपेरिमेंट बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है।
Sir, intermolecular, intramolecular reactions.
इंटरमोलिकुलर इंट्रामोलिकुलर, आगे की?
Rearrangement.
रीअरेंजमेंट। कार्बोक्टाइन्स का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रिएक्शन की है रीअरेंजमेंट। फ्री रेडिकल्स ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ रीअरेंजमेंट ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮਿਥਾइल और हाइड्रोजन ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਪੜਵਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ। 3 ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਨ 2 ਸੈਂਟਰ ਬੌਂਡ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਜਦੋਂ ਫਿਨਾਈਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਸ ਕੇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੀਅਰੇਂਜਮੈਂਟ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਦੋ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਈਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ। So the important reaction of this E1 reactions is important feature of this E1 reaction is rearrangement. They are not possible in E2 because they take place by cyclic transition state. They take place not cyclic, they take place by a transition state in which there is a double bond character. But here there is a formation of carbocations, and these carbocations they can easily undergo rearrangement. So rearrangement is a characteristic features of E1 elimination reactions, but not of E2 elimination reactions. So let's take the example. Suppose you have C6H5, CH3, CH3, CHBr, CH3, and suppose you treat it with sodium hydroxide and ethanol. What will be product? So yes, can you tell me what will be product? अगर ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੀਏ, ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਅਲਫਾ ਕਾਰਬਨ ਹੈ, ਇਧਰ ਇਹ ਬੀਟਾ ਕਾਰਬਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹਾਈਡਰੋ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਦੂਸਰਾ ਇਹ ਬੀਟਾ ਕਾਰਬਨ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੋਈ ਹਾਈਡਰੋਜਨ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ?
No, sir.
ਨਹੀਂ। So that means ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਦੇਖੋ ਤਾਂ ਐਲੀਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ? Al alpha beta carbon, ਤਾਂ you must get product. But that is not our product. ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? Rearrangement. ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ? So the very first step is E1 pathway. This carbon bromine bond will break and you will get carbocation. Okay. Now what will happen next? Of course, this is your secondary carbocation. What will happen next?
Sir, 1,2-methyl shift rearrangement.
बिल्कुल ठीक. Then there will be a 1,2-methyl shift. 1,2-methyl shift क्यों होएगी? Because if this methyl group move over here, this carbon will get positive charge, which is a first of all tertiary carbon. Secondly, it is stabilized by resonance with this phenyl group. So you will get this one. Now third, what will happen next? What will happen next? Your base, it will abstract this beta hydrogen. So base will abstract this beta hydrogen, its bond will shift over here, and you will get more substituted, more stable product. So in this reaction, this will be your major product. While minor product can also form by elimination from here, but its quantity will be very less. Its yield will be very less. So this will be minor. This will be major. So yes, but any question up to this point, you can ask.
No, sir.
Okay. So now next is सिर्फ नो करे जा रहे हो, जो मैं करवा रहे हैं उसको नोट भी कर रहे हो कि नहीं?
Yes, sir, कर रहे हैं.
हाँ जी, रिमेनिंग स्टूडेंट्स
कर रहे हैं, sir.
कर रहे हैं सर।
5 बच्चे ज्वाइन कीते ने, बाकी 5 यस बेटे बोलो, बाकी 5 की कह रहे ने हो, नहीं कर सकते ज्वाइन इस वक्त? So now next is again a very important topic. सारे important topic ने that governs E1 elimination reactions. Okay, factors that governs E1 elimination reaction. So what will be very first factor? ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ E2 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀ। ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ? Nature of
Substrate.
nature of substrate. Now suppose you have primary substrate, secondary substrate and tertiary substrate. Now out of primary, secondary and tertiary substrate or alkyl halides या कोई भी living group हो सकता है null, which one will have maximum reactivity towards E1 elimination reaction?
Tertiary.
Tertiary alkyl halides, they have a maximum reactivity. Why they have a maximum reactivity towards E1 elimination? Because बोलो
बेसिक ट्रांजिशन स्टेट मोस्ट स्टेबल होती है, टर्शियरी कार्बोकैटायन फॉर्म होते हैं।
yes, in tertiary in tertiary alkyl halides, carbocation maximum stability. Since carbocation form has maximum stability, okay, so your tertiary carbocation, it has maximum reactivity. Then secondary, any tertiary alkyl halide or any tertiary substrate, it always undergoes a reaction formation of carbocation because of the more stability of this carbocation. It always undergoes by reaction by E1 pathway. अगर अपने को सेकेंडरी सबस्ट्रेट होवे तां केड़ा पाथवे हो सकदा है? इट मे गो अंडरगो रिएक्शन बाय E2 पाथवे। और प्राइमरी हमेशा किहदे नाल जाएगा रिएक्शन? E2, क्योंकि प्राइमरी कार्बोकैटायन अनस्टेबल हुंदा है। तां उस केस दे विच कार्बोकैटायन कदे नहीं बनेगा। तां अगर तुहाडे कोल स्ट्रेट है, इट मे अंडरगो रिएक्शन E2 और बाय E1, किसी भी तरीके नाल जा सकदा है। सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग। Okay, second point is nature of leaving group. So which kind of leaving group is preferred for E1 elimination reactions? Good leaving group or poor leaving group?
गुड लिविंग
Good living group.
Good leaving group. So in E1 elimination, the very first step is elimination of rate determinant step is elimination of removal of this leaving group to form a carbocation. So better leaving group or good leaving group, जिन्ना better होएगा leaving group, जिन्ना good leaving group होएगा, more will be easily formation of carbocation take place and reaction will follow E1 pathway. Can you give me example of some good leaving groups or excellent leaving groups?
Tosylate hydronium ion.
Yes. Tosylate is a excellent leaving group. So if you have a tosylate, ये वाला group लग गया होवे tosylate या mesylate, जिथे भी ये दो group लगे होन, उत्थे हमेशा reaction E1 होएगी, even in case of primary substrate, because they are excellent leaving group. उस तो बाद diazonium group, okay, it's also excellent leaving group. Then hydronium ion H3O plus, हमेशा ये leave करता है, so it also give rise to a carbocation. So here also your reaction take place by E1 pathway. याद रखना है हमेशा ये H3O. Iodine, okay, it's also excellent leaving group. Okay, so all of these substrates, they always give rise to E1 reactions. So they are good leaving group. While bromine is a moderate leaving group. So in case of bromine, it depends upon the substrate. अगर तो थोड़ा tertiary bromide है, it will form carbocation. But अगर primary or secondary है, in that case, reaction can take place by E2 pathway since it's a moderate leaving group. Whereas chlorine is a poor leaving group, so that will give rise to a E2 reaction. This can give rise to both. They will give rise to a E1 pathway. Now, third point is nature and strength of base. So how nature and strength of base will affect E1 elimination reaction? Yes, bete.
सर जिन्ना स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस होएगा उन्नी जल्दी H पॉजिटिव ले लूगा.
But remember one thing, E1 the case ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ what is rate determining step?
सर ਜਦੋਂ ਲੀਵਿੰਗ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਹੈ.
ਜਦੋਂ ਲੀਵਿੰਗ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਫਾਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਕਾਰਬੋਕੈਟਾਇਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਸ ਸਟੈਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੇਸ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਰੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir. So in E1 elimination, the rate determining step is a formation of carbocations. And in that step, base has no role. ਉੱਥੇ base involved ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. Base ਕਿੱਥੇ involved ਹੈ? Second step ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਔਰ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋ, rate of reaction of E1 elimination ਦੀ ਕਿਹਦੇ directly proportional to only concentration of substrate. It is independent from the concentration of base. So
Yes.
both nature and strength of base does not affect E1 elimination. So base, chahe strong hai, chahe weak hai, nature of base and its strength has no elimination. That means chahe tusi base strong use kar lo ya weak use kar lo, E1 the rate of reaction te base da koi role nahi hai. Kyon role nahi hai? Because in rate determining step, that is in formation of carbocation, base is not involved. It is involved only in a second step, which is of higher energy. And which is of lower energy, and it's not involved in rate determining step. So bete, suppose if you use a very strong base, in high concentration, okay, if in reaction we use a strong base in high concentration, so which mechanism will be preferred, E1 or E2?
E2.
E2, because in E2 base is involved in rate determining step, so it will start abstracting proton very easily. So if you use strong base in high concentration, your E2 mechanism will be preferred. But if you use a moderate base, in low concentration, in that case your preferred mechanism is E1, because in that case, since base is in low concentration, in moderate concentration it will not abstract proton and your leaving group will leave easily to form carbocation. So moderate base in low concentration favors E1 reaction, strong base in high concentration favors E2 reaction. Now suppose I give you an example. Suppose you have CH3 CH Br CH3. Now this B is of what kind of leaving group? Good leaving group or a moderate leaving group?
Moderate.
So now I do two reactions, one in ethanol and sodium hydroxide, and secondly simple in sodium hydroxide. Okay, so which reaction will follow E1 pathway and which will follow E2 pathway?
Simple NOH
In
ਨਾਲ
both
E1
cases-
ਹੋਏਗਾ ਦੂਜੇ ਨਾਲ
Yes, here when we use this one, your base is so here, since it is a strong base and it's a moderate leaving group, so your reaction pathway become E2. Here sodium hydroxide as compared to this one is a weak base. Okay, so it will prefer to undergo reaction by E1 pathway via formation of carbocation. इस तरह एक बाय प्रोडक्ट भी बनेगा, वो की बनेगा substituted product, जिन्हें Br के अंदर replace हो जाएगा OH नाल. ठीक है, but we are interested over here only. Okay, so these were the different factors over which your E1 reaction depends. Apart from that, we have other factors also. Okay, so I think we have one more factor is there. Not one. No. Okay, so let's finish this lecture over here. And we will continue tomorrow with other factors.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
है ना? So ज़्यादा लेट नहीं करते क्योंकि और कुछ भी पढ़ना है ना, तुसी पढ़ना भी होना है जो कराया है, ठीक है? ता we will finish it over here and tomorrow at 1:30, ठीक है? We will continue with this.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, yes.
हाँ बेटे की कर रहे हो? Okay. So I will put a recording of both lectures, जो होने हैं morning वाला, in your Google Classroom.
Okay, sir.